Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be sharing with us how I made this simple waistcoat. Don't go away. Okay, so we're going to start with drafting out our neck pattern. We're drafting out the back pattern first. So I have 3 inches by 1.5 inches on the neck part. So I'm just going to use my cuff and connect it like so, and then I'll measure out my shoulder to get my shoulder slope. So you're going to divide your shoulder into 2, and then whatever you get, you're going to measure it like that, and then you come down by 1 inch. And from the shoulder slope, you're going to measure out your armhole. And for the armhole, all you have to do is divide your bust into 4, then into 6, then whatever you get, you add 1.5. That way you get your armhole. And then I'm going to use that to draft out my my bust part. So this is what I have. I'm just going to connect the bust line to the shoulder slope like so, and then the next thing I did was to get my bust, which is bust divided by 4. Then I measure it out like that, and then on the armhole part I divided it into 2. Then I came in by 0.5, and then I'm just going to use my ruler to connect it like so, and then use the cuff to draw it out like I'm doing right now. So that would be our arm hole. I hope you understand that. So I'm just drawing it out so you can be able to see what I did. So we have the shoulder slope and we have the armhole. Then so after that, I'm just going to measure out the length of my back part. So for my length, I'll be using 18. So it depends on your size. That's what you can use for yours. You can want it short or you can want it long, but I'll be using 18. And then the next thing I did was to get my darts. So for the darts, you're going to measure your nipple point to nipple points divided by 2. Mine is 3.5, and then I'm going to draw it this way. And then on the waist part, I'm going to come in by 0.5 on each side of the dart line, and I'm going to go ahead and connect it to the bust point. So this is what the back is going to look like. And after that, I'm just going to put my waist measurement. I already put my bust measurement while we were drafting out the armhole, and now I'm just going to put the waist. So for the waist, you're going to divide your waist into 4. Whatever you get, you remember to add the 1 inch that we took that we're going to take out for the dart. You add it to that, and then after that you're going to add your sewing allowance, and that is what I did. And then I'm just going to draw it out like so, and then the back is ready. We're just going to cut it out, and then we move on to drafting out the front pattern. Okay, so for the front, you're going to use a fabric that is a little bit longer than the back because of the shape that we have at the front of the fabric. So what I'm doing right now is to just use the back to cut out the front. So from the folded parts, you're going to come in by 1 inch for our zip, because this waistcoat has a zipper at the front. So you're going to come in by 1 inch, and from that 1 inch, that is where you place the back part of the back part pattern. And then from the neck parts, we're going to be using a neck that is deep, so it's a V neck. So I'll be using 9 inches from the shoulder part. So it depends on, you might want yours to come down or you might want it to come up, but this is what I used for mine. So I'm just going to take away the back part and then draw out the V neck like so, and then come out like that for our zipper. So that is that. And the next thing I'm going to do is to come to the bottom part of the fabric, and I'm just going to find the middle part. And so the middle part is where we're going to be putting the pattern at the front. So you can make yours a little bit lower than this, but for this one I use just 4 inches from the waistline, so it's not too long and it's not too short. So I'm just going to draw the V like that, the way I just did, and that is what we're going to do. And then we're going to go ahead and cut out the pattern, then you see what I'm talking about. So after cutting, this is what we have. We have the back part and then we have the front pattern. So this is what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and also cut out the lining for all 3 fabrics. Okay, so yeah, so I have the lining right here, and I'm just going to notch the parts where we'll be taking in for our dart, and also I'm just pointing out where the dart is going to stop on the fabric. And then for the front part, we're going to take in the zipper allowance that we have, and then from there we're going to measure out our dart. So it's still 3.5. It's just that when I'm taking in the dart, I'm going to make sure it stops at that angle right there, you see, like so. So it's going to be a little bit slanted. And so from the shoulder, I measured my bust point, which is where my dart would be stopping. And then so I've gone ahead and sew the side. I didn't sew the side, I saw the bottom part, the armhole, and also the neck part, leaving the side part of the fabric for the back. And I also did the same for the front. I sew in everything except for the side. Yeah, and then I also did the I also took in the dart. So now the next thing we're going to do is to join the shoulder. So here I'm just mashing it together for you guys to see what it looks like. Yeah, so this is the inner part of the waistcoat, and this is the outer part of the waistcoat. You see it's coming together like that. So for the shoulder, I'm just going to go in from the side and just pull in the fabric like that. So we would have the Ankara fabric together, and also the lining together like so. Then you arrange it very well and you take it to the machine and sew it like that. So we're going to do it for both of them. Okay, so I've done that, and this is what it looks like, all looking neat and good. So the next thing is to join it on the side. So for the side, we have 2 sides that are open, so we're going to go in from one side. So I want you to pay attention here. So you see we have the opening like that. I'm going to bring the front part together, and then I'm going to go in from the other side and pull in the fabric, the fabric the way I did. So we have the Ankara matching the Ankara and the lining matching the lining. So you can go ahead and mash it together like this and just sew it like so, or you can just open it up and just sew it round like that. Don't forget Ankara to Ankara, lining to lining. So I've done that, and this is what it looks like, all looking good and neat. So the one part of the side is done. Now we have to do the second part. So we cannot use the first method for the second part of the waistcoat because there is no other opening aside that one. So what we're going to do is just to match them together like the Ankara. So the Ankara would face the Ankara like this. So you're going to match them together, the Ankara to Ankara, and then the lining to lining, and then you're going to sew it round until you're not able to sew it anymore, because you're going to get to a point where your machine would not be able to go anymore. So you're going to definitely have an opening. So for the opening, I'm just going to anti-stitch it, or I can just use my machine to close it up, whichever one that works for you. So that is that about that. So it came out nice and good and there we have it. I'm just going to go ahead and insert the zipper to the front part, and then I'll bring it for you guys to see what it looks like. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like. I would suggest that you use a zipper that could open up like so, which makes it easier for you to like put on and just go, or you can just open it anyone you like. Thank you for watching. See you next time.